Hey guys, Paul Lynn here. Just wanted to let you know about something really cool. Something that somebody mentioned to me was, you know what, it would be really cool if you sold your books as PDFs. And I said, hey, you can get them on Kindle on Amazon, no big deal, there's your ebook. And they're like, yeah, but I don't want to use the Amazon app, the Kindle app. I use it, but it's just not quite portable enough for this person. So I thought about it and I said, yeah, you know what? What a great idea. So as of now, if you go to mindofpaul.com, you can buy my two books, the Dachshund Devotional and the potentially life-changing New Testament in Old Context. You can get them both as PDFs. And the PDFs that you get of these are actually really excellent quality, okay? These are the published manuscript PDFs that you're buying. So it's got the full cover, it's got the front and back of the cover of both. It's got all of the pages formatted, the exact fonts, the same layout, everything exactly the way the printed book is. Okay, so it's very clean, it's very readable, it's frankly beautiful. If you buy the PDF, you're not going to look and, this is some janky text-only version or, it's something like that. Nope, all the page numbers, covers, table of contents, blank pages, everything that you get in the actual physical books. That's exactly what you get on the Kindle versions, and that is also exactly what you get when you buy the PDFs directly from me on mindofpaul.com. So, very, very cool. You've got that option available to you now for those who wanted it. Also, something really, really cool is that when you're checking out, if you decide to grab the PDF of either one of these, you can get the two of them together for $15. So the PDFs are $10 a piece, which is ridiculously, extremely accessible and reasonable and something that anybody can swing. And if you're familiar with anything that I produce and make and sell, the value proposition always has to be insane. You pay this much, you get this much, all right? With these books, that's certainly no exception. You pay $10 for a PDF, but you're going to get way more than $10 worth of benefit, value, and enjoyment out of either one of these books. Getting the two of them together for $15 is just absolutely bananas, okay? That's insane, but you will not be disappointed. The Dachshund Devotional is a beautiful, charming book. It's not only a love letter from me to my dog, but it is an anthology of different stories and experiences that we've shared in our 5 years together, which beautifully exemplify our covenant with our Creator, with Yahweh. And it presents everything in this perspective that until you see that kind of similar dynamic played out in the flesh, you know about your relationship, you know about our covenant with Yahweh, but there's a level of comprehension that is significantly lacking. And this book does an excellent job of filling that void. So reading this, you will understand man's relationship with his Maker better than you ever have before. That level of understanding is why I wrote this book. This book delivers on that. But this one, the New Testament in Old Context, this is the one that is life-changing. This is the one that It does not matter that you've been sitting in a church pew for 40 years or 30 years of your life, listening to 3 sermons a week, and you've memorized all the sermons, you know all the doctrines, you know modern Christianity inside and out, backwards and forwards. You've preached, you've taught, you've played the piano in worship service, you've done all this stuff. That's great. This book will take you back to basics in a way that you've never heard them presented before. And, it's amazing how many simple, easy questions that I can ask lifelong churchgoers, lifelong Bible students, and they will struggle to articulate an answer for. And that is because we've been taught this New Testament only kind of religion, and it's impossible to understand the New Testament. It's impossible to know what those things are that the people are doing and saying and the expressions they're using. It is meaningless without the Old Testament. That's why people think there's literally a different God between the Old Testament and New Testament. That's why people think they practiced a different religion in the New Testament than they did the Old Testament. And the fact of the matter is they did not. That's why people think that all of those commandments that they read about in the Old Testament suddenly just magically disappeared in the New Testament. They did not. They think that everybody they read about in the Old Testament is a Jew, and everybody that they read about in the New Testament is either a Gentile or Christian. Wrong and wrong again. Okay? They don't even realize that the religion they're practicing today, i.e. modern Christianity, doesn't appear anywhere in the Bible. Those beliefs did not exist. Those doctrines were not present. And the rituals and practices would not be invented for another 3 centuries. Okay? So what did they really do and believe in the New Testament? Where did it come from? Why did they believe and practice those things? That's why this book exists, okay? So that you will not have those gaps up here anymore. You will understand a completely different story when you read the New Testament. All of a sudden, things that you've read 100 times and grazed over and said, oh yeah, I know the words, I know the story, I've memorized it, I used to have to quote this in Sunday school. All of a sudden, whenever you read it, you're going to say, I never had any idea what this meant. When you read the story of the Good Samaritan and, you're talking about, oh, well, which one of these, was a neighbor to this, poor man, and you're going to say, I had no idea who all these players were and what their significance was and who is my neighbor actually. I didn't know. I just thought everybody was my neighbor, and wow, this changes everything. Trust me, this book is probably, if the Bible is something important to you, then this will very well be the second most important book you ever read. All right? I feel that strongly about this book. This is one that you absolutely cannot miss out on. So, on mindofpaul.com, you can get a lot more information about both of these books, both extremely valuable. You can buy both of them. You can get them in paperback. You can get them in hardcover. You can get them on Kindle. And now on mindofpaul.com, you can also get them as PDF manuscripts, which is fantastic. And lastly, as already mentioned, you can get the PDFs of both of these guys for $15 together. That's a pretty sweet deal. Anyway, I hope you check these out. If you do, you absolutely will love them. Feel completely free to leave me a nice review on Amazon. I would not mind that a bit. I appreciate reviews. That's it. That's what I've got. If you have any questions for me about these books or anything mentioned therein, need some clarification, extra explanation, you want to just run some, thoughts past me, that's totally fine. I'm available. You can reach me through mindofpaul.com. You can leave a comment on here, and I absolutely will get back to you. So I'm available to you. And this stuff is so important to me that I don't just want you to see the information and receive it. I want to make sure you get it. And I want to make sure that the things that I've learned that have changed my life for the better are things that change your life as well. If you've got something good, you want to share it, right? It's the exact same thing what's going on here. I've got something good. I've got something beautiful. I struggled to learn what's in these two books. I mean, it took me decades to learn what's in these two books. I want to make it a lot smoother and a lot easier and a lot more accessible for everybody else to come after me. Okay, so check these out, the Dachshund Devotional and the New Testament in Old Context, both fantastic reads. Check them out on mindofpaul.com, or you can find them on Amazon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.